Yeah.
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 Let's go. Hey, look. I was lost up in this world, couldn't find my way, yeah. I was looking for words, didn't know what to say, yeah. Had so much weight on my back, I had to pray, yeah. Pray to God that one day I see better days, yeah. I gave up my whole life, now they think I'm crazy. I was sinning so long, now I'm done with it. I'm a prophet, a guy, yeah, that's how he made me. Found my purpose in life and where I'm gon' take it. I'm taking it far as I can. They think I'm playing it, Bible sit right in my hand. The Lord fulfilling his plan. I'm taking my chance when he set us up in our land. Babylon, that's a thing of the past. Turn of life, I can't wait to get that. Chariots flying, taking us back. Swaying low while the heathen reacting. Ain't coming back again. This kingdom is falling, it's crashing in. Little do they know what's happening. Redemption is coming for all my kinsmen. They thought we was gone, now we back again. We back and you know it's no accident. Read Acts again. I was lost up in this world, couldn't find my way, yeah. I was looking for words, didn't know what to say, yeah. Had so much weight on my back, I had to pray, yeah. Pray to God that one day I see better days, yeah. I gave up my whole life, now they think I'm crazy. I was sinning so long, now I'm done with it. I'm a prophet, a guy, yeah, that's how he made me. Found my purpose in life and where I'm gon' take it. I knew that I was a God, felt it way down in my heart. I just wasn't playing the part, I was still walking in dark. I was just swimming with sharks. My fight with these demons was hard, but I knew I had God. Now his laws in my heart, I wish I knew him from the start. Things wouldn't be so hard. It's the patience of the saints, we waiting on salvation. He didn't call us back to make it, he didn't call us Haitian. We the chosen, see the ones who gon' rule over nation. Yeah. But I've been all alone. My family, they say I'm wrong. Wanna be with Christ on this throne. I pray the Most High, it don't take long. Don't take long. Yeah. I was lost up in this world, couldn't find my way, yeah. I was looking for words, didn't know what to say, yeah. Had so much weight on my back, I had to pray, yeah. Pray to God that one day I see better days, yeah. I gave up my whole life, now they think I'm crazy. I was sinning so long, now I'm done with it. I'm a prophet, a guy, yeah, that's how he made me. Found my purpose in life and where I'm gon' take it. Applying pressure, we gon' press them with some steppers. Give you this business, we got work, no, you can't help it. We certified in this walk, you been our Tesla. Better call us Israelites when you address us. Applying pressure, we gon' press them with some steppers. Give you this business, we got work, no, you can't help it. We certified in this walk, you been our Tesla. Better call us Israelites when you address us. Ay, we certified in this truth, do more than talk, we stand on it. The Lord called and I woke up like, why? Cause I didn't plan on it. I took a chance on it. Put in work, went put my hands on it. It's like I live for real, them curses seal the deal. Quit playing, homie, we some big steppers. Dream records, we the Israelites. This life here come with a price. Guys on earth, you heard me right, like what a sight. Show them we the greatest and they put up a fight. Stop their ears, ignore you, won't listen to you to say they like. But we ain't backing down, you still out here crashing out. The Most High gon' start cracking down, just keep acting out. The warning come before destruction, working out no interruption. Trying to save your soul from this corruption. This world corrupted. Applying pressure, we gon' press them with some steppers. Give you this business, we got work, no, you can't help it. We certified in this walk, you been our Tesla. Better call us Israelites when you address us. Applying pressure, we gon' press them with some steppers. Give you this business, we got work, no, you can't help it. We certified in this walk, you been our Tesla. Better call us Israelites when you address us.
Big stepper, better talk to me nice, even better be checking they tone. Preaching to men, I never respect, pull a cut and I'm getting them gone. good news, use that good food, word of life to be feeding your soul. Your problems in purple and gold bring a truth to your city, a sight to behold. I repent and now look at me. I ain't nothing like the man that I used to be. Unapologetic, unapologetic, disregarding they doctrine respectfully. We ain't BHI, man, they must be high. Put respect on my name with a dress for me. I'm the son of a higher, you high with a highest. You jumping in fire, you testing me. Yeah, it's really hot. We come up from the bottom and with the rock. Revealing the sin on the son of perdition, applying the pressure, it's about to pop. Over time with that work, it don't never stop. Going 365 around the clock. Through the trial and tribulation, I'm facing endures to the end until I drop.
Applying pressure, we gon' press them with some steppers. Give you this business, we got work, no, you can't help them. We certified in this walk, been our Tesla. Better call us Israelites when you address us. Make sure you get in. Can't let your guard down. Better not let God down. You just can't back out, cause it getting hard now. You know you built for this. Just might get killed for this. It's gonna pay off in the end. Just make sure you get in. It's your spirit warring with your flesh, trying to get the best of you. It's all in your head and in your mind. Can't let it mess with you. Trial and tribulation, that's every day. That's what we go through. Are you gonna face it? Stand up like a man. Tell me what you gon' do. No more complaining. Gotta walk blameless. Gotta be humble. You might not get famous. We go through changes. We go through phases. This my life story. Just flip the pages. Just keep enduring. Enduring, keep the law. Cause you don't want it call. You could've still been out here lost. Woke you up to the truth, so don't sleep on it at all. Try not to fall. Try hard to ball. Can't let your guard down. Better not let God down. You just can't back out, cause it getting hard now. You know you built for this. Just might get killed for this. It's gonna pay off in the end. Make sure you get in. Can't let your guard down. Better not let God down. You just can't back out, cause it getting hard now. You know you built for this. Just might get killed for this. It's gonna pay off in the end. Just make sure you get in.
I'm standing up, I'm standing tall, ain't laying down, cause I'm standing on it. Oppression make a grown man mad, make you cry, don't it? I pray to God that play so hard, so I'm calling on ya. I gotta endure until the end, I know they counting on me. Just got some bad news, damn, man, they killed my homie. Hit him 9 times, he never saw it coming. Remember the last time, I think I saw you, bruh. Gave you a fire with some knowledge, you didn't want it, bruh. Damn. I'ma speak my mind, I'ma tell you the truth. It's hard on them, it's hard on us, it's hard on me, it's hard on you. I'm built for this, ain't equipped for this. Might get killed for this. I pray you repent before your time is up, your time
can't
is
let your
spent.
guard down. Better not let God down. You just can't back out, cause it getting hard now. You know you built for this. Just might get killed for this. It's gonna pay off in the end. Make sure you get in. Can't let your guard down. Better not let God down. You just can't back out, cause it getting hard now. You know you built for this. Just might get killed for this. It's gonna pay off in the end. Just make sure you get in. You got so God that you love me, you mean loyalty before royalty, dedicated to teach. Honor before dishonor, gotta become a new creature. Put on your armor, God, can't let the devil beat you. Yeah. your blood when you bleed, you just can't see it. Put a crown on your head, you a king in this kingdom. Thought that I was smart, but looking back, I really seen dumb. I used to trim my waist to see love. The only love I needed was the love of the Lord. Blinded by the world and the things that's in it. I was foolish, I admit it. But now I get it. You got so God that you love me, you mean it. Loyalty before royalty, dedicated to teach. Honor before dishonor, gotta become a new creature. Put on your armor, God. Can't let the devil beat you. You got so God that you love me, you mean it. Loyalty before royalty, dedicated to teach. Honor before dishonor, gotta become a new creature. Put on your armor, God. Can't let the devil beat you. Yeah, no matter how hard it get, you gotta face it. Your power come from God, that's the only way we gon' make it. Can't keep holding on to the past, gotta let it go. That's who you used to be. Now that ain't you no more. Put on that new man. Now you got new plans. Your family, they watching you, they praying that you do bad. Used to be a monster, now you changed how you do that. Only God love, that's all. But protect me every day, I pray I don't fall. Don't wanna be in this world as a lost cause. Stand up for this truth at all costs. You can tell by they fruit if they all talk. They say the Lord know my heart. They love walking in the dark. This world just an ocean, they getting ate up by them sharks. When tragedy happen, I just can't say that I'm shocked. Because I'm not. That's why you got so God that you love me, you mean. Loyalty before royalty, dedicated to teach. Honor before dishonor, gotta become a new creature. Put on your armor, God. Can't let the devil beat you. You got so God that you love me, you mean. Loyalty before royalty, dedicated to teach. Honor before dishonor, gotta become a new creature. Put on your armor, God. Can't let the devil beat you. Now they in trouble, yeah. Yeah. Now they in trouble. Gotta get right. You got so God that you love me, you mean. Loyalty before royalty, dedicated to teach. Honor before dishonor, gotta become a new creature. Put on your armor, God. Can't let the devil beat you.
Spent so much time getting this money, never realized them the faces of slave owners. Niggas a snake on you, he got shot in the face over slave owners. White people smile in my face, they the children of slave owners. They all fake, I hate them all, stole our history straight from us. Buying designer clothes from families traced back to slave owners. The Jewish man a bitch, they bought the land so we can't own it. They ain't get bought to slavery on no ships, like we ain't noticed. Deuteronomy 28, explain us leaving Cape Coast. Straight folks, they stole our name and our history straight from us. King James was black and Christ was too. Man, they straight bogus, but playing with the children's roulette while it's loaded. I pray your day is closer, like bang, blow your brains open. The goal is keep us slaves with the paper. Putting drugs in the streets to keep us chasing. Yeah, keep the men out the house while they children stay going. Make it war with each other so division stay focused. Control the media to make them hate us. If we teach them hate theyself, they'll never make it. Yeah, discriminate them at the job and lock them up for selling drugs. If we keep on teaching hate, they will never learn to love.
They put demons all in our face, rose up idols all in our state, destroyed our mind with all of they talent, all and they piling on but they hate. Now we dying so they've raised to teach us lies with all that they say. That goes from schools to the media, designed to change the way you think and the way you pray, the words you speak and the money you pay for the things you get and the people don't know. So we marry their kids and we change our codes and the things don't grow when the kids get rich. Lose that money and the wife and kids and they start back over. This is a trap for a show, then they sell you music by the trap life. Seem like living in a trap life though. We don't get paid from the money they they grows. We get pennies on the dollar, my bro. We get pennies on the dollar, my bro. Sometimes I really wanna holler at my bro. Tell them that we've been played on the low. We still slaves and they still own. We still slaves and they still own us.
The goal is keep us slaves with the paper.
Us.
Putting drugs in the streets to keep us chasing. Yeah, keep the men out the house while their children stay home. Make it war with each other so division stay focused. Control the media to make them hate us. If we teach them hate theyself, they'll never make it. Yeah, discriminate them at the job and lock them up for selling drugs. If we keep on teaching hate, they will never learn to love. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's time to put the children to sleep. Grab your strong drink. It's Wild Out Wednesday. It's time to put the children to sleep. Grab your strong drink. It's Wild Out Wednesday.
Right, yo, what's happening? Shalom, shalom, shalom. What up, though? Yasha Allah, shalom laha, shanya ashara, shabbat yom. I hope everybody's doing well. It's Wild Out Wednesday. We're gonna not be too long on this evening. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into it. I'm waiting for my brother to go ahead and come on up. We're waiting on him. But in the meantime, in between time, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is enjoying what they call it hump day. I hope this captivity isn't pressing too hard on you. I hope everybody's maintaining. Hey, we're gonna be talking a little bit about the debate that took place last night. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Who all watched the debate? Who all watched the debate last night? I know we don't really, care about politics too much, but it's still always good to, have your ear to the street, know what's going on, especially, the times that we living in and whatnot. But who watched the debates? Who paid attention to the debates? Who care about the debates? That's my question. Who actually cares about the debates or the presidential election? Is any of y'all planning on voting? Let me ask that question. Is anybody in the chat planning on going to vote? I myself personally, I do not plan on voting. I haven't voted since 2008. 2008 when Barack Hussein Obama was elected as president. All right, that's the last time that I ever made a vote. Was back in 2008. I happened to be in the room. I'm not sure what you mean by that, sister. I happen to be in the room. I need you to elaborate a little bit on that for me. Papa Kasha. I need you to elaborate on that a little bit for me. But I'm seeing some answers pop up. So Sister Joanne Gilchrist said no, she is not gonna vote. Malcolm said watched it, but no votes for me. Laura, oh no, Laura didn't say anything. Knock, my brother Knock said no votes coming here. Jayla said I watched a little, but no voting for me. I don't vote. No votes coming here. No voting for me. Watched a little bit though. No voting for me. All right. So the consensus is nobody is voting. All right. And so now let me ask. Why are you guys not voting? Let me ask that. Before I go into it. I know my reason for not voting, right? What are y'all reason for not voting? Because we got brothers and sisters not in the truth, of course, still worldly, who say that, oh, your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote, right? Many worldly brothers and sisters that say, yeah, your ancestors, they couldn't vote, right? This is the argument that they put forth. They couldn't vote. They got, holes with water holes for voting. The Klan did this, that, and the third to keep them from voting. There was all kind of, injustices that was happening to keep people from voting, right? To keep your people from voting. So now that you have the opportunity to vote, why wouldn't you vote? And so I said, heard the foolishness. No, didn't watch, not voting. DTA, all praises to the Most High. Chris Israel said, I don't know what you mean by that, brother. When the debate was, okay, Con, wasn't in the room when the debate was on. Okay, Con. Said, because they don't care about us, all right, because we are not to put no man above the Most High. Okay, now, Chris, if you can give me a scripture, give me a precept that says that we cannot vote or that we shouldn't vote. And I see knock through in the chat Deuteronomy 17 and 15. That's a great one. Right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that right now. Actually, let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. And I will start at Deuteronomy 17. I'm actually going to start not at 15, but I'm going to start at verse 14. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Right? So this is, of course, when the Israelites got into their land, right? The Most High is saying, hey, when you get into the land and you say, hey, I'm going to set a king over, we're going to set a king over us like all the other nations, right? The Most High said this, verse 15, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. All right. So now, with you pulling that precept, what is the primary reason for you pulling that precept? Just a real quick answer. And so, number one, yes, we are not in our land. So a lot of instances, brothers will go to the book of Samuel when Israel was clamoring for a king. I believe it's Samuel. When Israel was clamoring for a king and Saul was appointed king over Israel. But here in Deuteronomy, it says that there was going to come a time when the Israelites, when they got put in their land, that they were going to put or set a king over them. Right? Let me read that again. This is Deuteronomy 17 and 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Verse 15, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. All right. So is that saying that we can't vote, we shouldn't vote? And I just want to get your guys' thoughts on this. And the reason why, again, is because we are coming to election day. Election day is what? November 5th. November 5th is when the elections for the United States president take place. And again, I don't have a dog in the fight, man. I want to say that I could care less, but that's not true. I do care. And the reason why I care is because I want to see this place go down. And I want the person who's going to get us, well, I mean, it's going to happen regardless, but I want for the person who is going to bring us closer to the destruction of this place. Personally, I believe it's the woman. I believe it's her. I believe it's Kamala Harris. I believe she is the one that is going to really usher in the destruction of this place, the destruction of this country. You know, I believe that. I don't think it's Donald. I think it's going to be Kamala. Now it may be Donald. It may be Donald, but I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion. But as y'all can see, the title of the class is the woman, you know, who rides the beast. That's what we're talking about. And I've been seeing a lot of things come out about Kamala Harris being that woman that rides the beast. And so, you know, a lot of people with their misunderstanding of the book of Revelation, you know, they're floating these things. They're saying like, oh yeah, Kamala is the woman that rides the beast, right? But let's see what the actual scriptures say, right? So I'm going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and I'm going to get verse 18. It says, in fact, I won't start there. I'll start at verse number 3. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse number 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, so, you know, we've talked about the beast, who the beast is, what the beast represents. We've gone over that the beast is not a literal beast that came up out of the water, right? We talked about what the water represents, that the water represents nations, but that beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns, that beast is referring to nations. All right. So let me read that one more time. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 3. In the spirit. Hey, Shalom, King.
Shalom, Adawan. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Good to see you, my brother.
You said, what's that Revelation?
17 and verse number 3.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right. And so now, you know, what people are coming out and saying is that woman, you know, is this scripture is referring to Kamala. Kamala, whatever her name is. Right, they're trying to say that this woman that's riding the beast is Kamala Harris, and you know that ultimately they're gonna hate a woman in that seat. It could cause chaos. Hey, yo, that's a fact. You know, it is gonna cause chaos, especially, you know, you got to think. So for everybody who actually watched the debate last night, when the debate started, I watched the debate. You know, I'm not gonna hold you. I watched the debate. You know, I don't know how anyone who is an Israelite cannot be paying attention and watching with enthusiasm the things that are taking place in the land right now. I mean, number one, we was told to watch. We was not told to be oblivious to the things that's going on. Hey, Yahweh told us to watch, right? To watch, to know the times, to know the season, to know the days that we're in. So we have to be paying, even though some of us might care less, even though, everybody that's in this chat already said that they're not going to vote. I'm not going to vote, right? Because just like Not just said, they're not our people. Kamala is not our people. Donald Trump is not our people. Now, real quick, let me throw this one out there. If let's say it was an Israelite that was running for office, would you vote then? If it was an Israelite running for office, would you vote? Right? Let's think. I'll wait for the answers to come through on that one.
Slacky, what are the stipulations on that, Adawan?
So we'll put two of them. One is just an Israelite. Don't know he's an Israelite, right? But he's an Israelite. Okay. I mean, let's look at it on the other side. It's an Israelite that knows he's an Israelite, who says that he keeps Torah, who says that he's keeping the laws, and he's running for office. Would you vote then? So I see la, I see nope. So if there was a law, if there was an Israelite professing that he keeps the law, running for office, he says that he keeps the law. Let's say that he's into Judaism, but he's keeping the law. He knows he's an Israelite. Block it. Keeping the law, running for office. Would you vote for him? I still would need to hear what he stands for. Okay. All right. Well, again, he says that he follows the law. He's keeping the law. Don says still lie, not voting for him. All right, Khan. And sis, Joanne, she still says, yeah, lie too. Okay, why? Why wouldn't you? That would be my next question. Why wouldn't you vote for him? And we just dialogue. But going back to Kamala, right? She's not our people. Donald Trump is not our people. Oh man. But there is all kind of evangelists coming out and saying that, if Kamala wins, Kamala is the whore of Babylon. I'm sure that all of America. Apostle Jack. All right, so Apostle Jack says Kamala is the whore of Babylon, and that's a question. So, and in fact, Salakia, boys, read that scripture for me again.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Come on.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Right. And so now people try to draw parallel to Kamala. Hey, Shalom Shemaiah.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
So people try to draw parallels to, Kamala, and I've seen pictures of her wearing purple, and it says, Steve, this is the whore that is going to is riding the beast, right? Read the next verse.
God. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right. So now is Kamala Mystery Babylon the mother of harlots? Right, because this is the whore who's riding the beast. Right. So let's just get the answer real quick. Go to verse number 18.
Verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
All right. So just to be straight to the point, Kamala Harris is not that woman who's riding the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Bible tells us who the woman is. Right. This is figurative language. Right. Which, a lot of the Bible is written in. Right. United States of America is Mystery Babylon. I would agree with that point, that the United States is Mystery Babylon. I would agree to with that. Now it says that the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, and we see that, you know, the United States of America, regardless of, you know, everybody's talking about you know, breaks, this, that, and the third, but the United States is still in control and still running things.
Mm-hmm.
The United States is still throwing sanctions on people. The United States is still in control of the world governments, right? Their philosophies, their doctrines. And you know what? I had a video that I'm going to queue up and then I'm going to play, where you actually see Kamala, whatever her name is, where she's over there in Africa and she's telling the countries or the presidents of the countries in Africa that basically they got to get down with the LGBTQ whatnot in order to still basically receive funding from us. But that goes back into, again, Revelation chapter 13. It's grab that for me real quick. Revelation 13. And give me verse 16. Revelation 13 and 16. But this goes to show you who that beast is.
You said 13 and 16?
Con. In fact, you can start at 15.
Okay. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Come on.
And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads.
Mm-hmm.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
All right, and so a lot of times when we're looking at eschatology, eschatology is the study of end times, right? When you're looking at eschatology, and this is what Babylon has done to confuse our people and to have a lot of people deceived. That's why Yahweh, a lot of the teachers of the Bible, what does it say? It said, "Let no man deceive you." And a lot of the prophets, when they're writing, when you look at the epistles of Paul, in his epistles, a lot of them start out with saying, "Do not be deceived," right? Let no man deceive you, because there's a great deception that's going on in the earth today. A lot of our people are thinking that, oh yeah, this Antichrist is going to come, and you know, we kind of hit on this before in the past, talking about what the mark of the beast is. I'm not going to really elaborate on that today, but when it says that he caused both small and great to take a mark in their right hand, that small and great is not talking about just regular individual everyday Joes out here walking the streets doing their thing. That's not what that's talking about. This is talking about the countries. It's talking about small countries, great countries, right? That they should take a mark. And you see the United States, what does the United States do? They put tariffs on people, right? They stop countries from being able to trade, from being able to get money, right? We've seen them do that with Russia. We've seen the United States do that with Russia. We've seen the United States do that with China, right? This is what the United States do. And even again, when Kamala went over to the continent of Africa and she was talking with the presidents of those countries, what did she say? She said, basically, you guys got to get down with our program. You guys got to start accepting the LGBTQ community in order for us to still basically fund you. You know, and that's what this beast system is. Okay, when you think about this woman that's riding the beast, right? Go back to Revelation 17, and if brothers got a precept they want to throw in there, man, all means. But Revelation 17
and verse 3.
Yeah, read that again.
This book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, and so that woman, right, we went into it. It's defined in verse 18. That woman is the great city. That woman is what? The United States of America. Mm-hmm. Right, that's who that woman is. And so now, could that symbolically, could Kamala represent that? I'm not saying no, but she's not the woman. Now with Kamala, if she wins, I believe personally that that's gonna what did the brother say? He said, and you can't forget about false Messiah coming out of Israel with that third temple. Okay, and then all right. So Kamala is going to. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I want her to win. I do. I want her to win because I think that that's going to start a catalyst of a whole lot of other events to start to happen. But that's just my opinion. Let me go ahead and cue this video up. Go but real quick. I want you to grab me the in fact, go to verse 18 because I want to show you. You know what? I want to show you that what this woman coming into office ultimately would do to help destroy or to continue the destruction of this place. Give me Revelation 18 and 2.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right. Now watch this. I want you guys to see some of one of the huge things in the debate, of course, that they wanted to bring up policy. When you look at Donald Trump, and I don't care, I mean, the dude is off. He's a racist. I don't think he likes black people. I think that's evident. I don't believe that he believes in the Bible at all. Even though the fool that said that he believes in the Bible, he says that, you know, oh yeah, he's a Christian. What type of Christian he is, I don't know. I really don't care. Right. In fact, there was one interview that the man was given where they asked him what was his favorite Bible verse, and he said, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that. That's just between me, right? That's just because he don't know any Bible verses. He doesn't read the Bible. He has no idea of what the concepts of the Bible are, and that's the majority of Christians. Don't know the Bible, don't read their Bible, have no idea about anything that the Bible is talking about. But Kamala, on the other hand, is blatantly, outwardly opposed to everything that the Bible says. Now, I got a couple videos here that I'm going to show. And the crazy thing is that even though she comes out and say these things, you still have so-called Christians who are still going out lining up to vote for her.
Slakia.
Yep.
Quick question, because I actually had someone shared something with me. Matter of fact, somebody out there in the sister that's out there in the Bay with y'all. The whitehouse.gov, and it talks about her husband, his name David Douglas Emhoff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you mentioned, do you know anything about that?
I know he's one of the Jewish people.
Yeah. Only time I bring it up, Slacky, go ahead, Adawan.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say the only reason why I bring it up is because when I think about it, like my whole idea, my thought process, because I'm like, I ain't voting nothing either. But I'm like, man or woman, how they look at it in the whole UN, it's like a woman in a room full of guys or something like that. It's like, that's like Jake walking in the room full of YT people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I can agree with you as far as her being put in there. And then on top of them allowing it to happen because she has the Jewish husband. And what he's doing as far as like he's showing them doing basically sharing his culture with them in the White House. From what it says on this in this little article that I got, it talks about putting mezuzahs up and everything. And I'm like, it's kind of interesting to me. And I don't know if anybody's seen it on social media, but there was something that was going around where it was saying what Jewish people are really worried about is the so-called Black African Americans.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And there's a reason why behind that. And it's like you got her that has him as a husband, and then she gonna be in the seat, and he's gonna be the first husband. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I don't think like everybody looking at everything else like who to pick type of thing, but it's like there's more stuff to this on the inside that's like you just looking at it on surface level. You got to dig deep for real.
Yo, no, that's a fact, and that's a great point because you got to think about the different type of policies that's going to be put forth with him being married to her.
Right.
Now we think about Jacob's troubles, and we talk about that a lot. Jacob's troubles. Well, we just seen that the Mexico just elected a female president who's what come from Jewish background, right? Now we have in the United States a candidate, a presidential candidate who is also a woman who's married to a Jewish person, right? So now we got to start thinking about the different policies that's going to start coming down. I mean, we've seen brothers getting arrested, being out on the streets, just reading the Bible. We've seen brothers get arrested for that. The brother Nikon from Watchmen got arrested for that. We've seen police come down on plenty of other brothers for being out, not doing anything besides just reading out the Bible.
Right.
Not being violent, not assaulting people, just reading out the Bible. Mm-hmm. So now what policies are going to start to come down the line if this woman gets elected as president? We already know when you read that in Revelation 18, it said Babylon the Great has fallen and is become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit. So let's just back 1 minute and think about the open borders. That the how many people are just flocking in to the United States right now? Open borders. You know, they kind of talked about that in the debate. Donald Trump was we need to close the borders. And he talked about how since they've been in office, millions and millions of people have come into the country. right? This place, and they call it a melting pot. The United States is a habitation of devils, and it's the cage of every foul spirit, because you got people from who can't practice homosexuality, or who can't live the way that they want to live in their individual country. They come over here because they know that the United States is going to accept that. Right? What did the brother say? He said the sooner she becomes president, the sooner Babylon will start falling. Backlash from all other countries that they have been conquered, and I agree with that, because when y'all looked at or if you watched the debate, when she went to go shake Donald Trump's hand, hey, Donald really didn't show her no respect. He really didn't show her no respect. And now a lot of people might say, "Oh, it's misogynistic that or you're misogynistic if you don't want a woman as president." But number one, when we read the Bible says that the woman is not supposed to usurp authority over the man.
Facts.
So why would any of our people want to vote to put a woman as the head of the state in the first place?
Salakia.
Come on.
Can I add to that?
Let's get it.
There's a point that, and I understand Israel don't listen to Cardi B or whatever like that, but you know what I'm saying? There's something that she say, she can come off a little bit intelligent, like she got some smarts. She was pointing out the fact that our government is was said to be initiating something where boys at a certain age are going to be basically forced to go into the military. It didn't say anybody that's American, like women too, right? It said the young men in a certain age range are going to have to go into military if need be, and there ain't no like restrictions on that. So if it's all this equality and stuff like that, why didn't it just generalize it and say anybody that's an American, male or female?
Like they gonna have like another draft again.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know something, they anticipating whatever, and they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But folk want to be like, we equal, boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. But it's like when it come down to it, no, we not.
We not.
We are not.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing as far as like a respect thing. It's called a hierarchy level. You know what I'm saying? And it's set up from the beginning. You got the Most High, Yahweh Shai, man, woman, and children. It's like an order of operations. It's simple for real, you know. But you can't tell nobody nothing.
You sure can't, and especially in a time where we're living, where they say that pronouns don't exist. There is no he, him. Is no she, her. Right? Is they. That's confusion.
Yeah, man.
And again, what does Babylon stand for? What does Babylon mean? Babylon means confusion.
Yeah.
We live in a confused culture.
Hey,
that's crazy. Calling one person they.
Like
what?
And you know the funny thing about that, when an intelligent person who knows anything about the biology of the body and stuff like that, when they go to questioning people, they can't even answer because they confuse themselves. They're just going off of whatever somebody told them. They can't even defend their ideology for real.
At all. At all. So watch this. I'm gonna play this video.
Prop 8.
Yep.
The equality measure around marriage.
The idea that we have people who do not have rights equal to others is ridiculous. That election for Attorney General fell on a couple of issues in particular, but one is that my opponent said he would defend Prop 8, which would have banned same-sex marriage, and I said I would not defend it. Frankly, Rachel, as the daughter of parents who were active in the civil rights movement, I refuse to stand in the door.
Yo, and I would like to fact check that her parents were active in the civil rights movement.
Yeah, her Indian mother was active in the civil rights movement. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I need that fact check.
Doorway of the wedding chapel blocking same-sex couples' ability to marry. I fought to defend people's right to marry the person they love. And then the word came back that we had won the case. And I got a call. The plaintiffs have asked that you would be the person to perform their marriage. And I was like, are you kidding me? Of course. And so we walked into City Hall. And while we were there, the other plaintiffs, a couple who were in Los Angeles, were trying to get married there, and the clerk wouldn't do it.
We cannot do anything until we hear from the state.
Somebody told me what's going on, and they passed me the phone.
Excuse me, I've got the Attorney General on the phone right here.
You must start the marriages immediately.
All right, I will take that as our notice.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Have a good day and enjoy it. It's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
By virtue of the power and authority vested in me by the state of California, I now declare you spouses for life.
That was a moment in the history of the ongoing fight for the civil rights of people. There are some things for which we should have no patience because justice delayed is justice denied. When we are talking about the fight for civil rights and for equality and equal justice under law, we should not have so much patience that we deny people justice.
Now, what's funny about that is because we've got a clip where she says that she's not going to do something only that's going to benefit one group of people.
Black people.
But yet you'll go out on a limb. Would they not be categorized as a specific set of people? How does that law that she's putting forth to help with same-sex people be able to marry each other, how does that help everybody? How does that benefit everybody?
Slacky.
Yep.
My answer is it don't. My second response to that answer is they a whole culture themselves where it's like if you talk against them in any type of way, they can cancel you.
Oh yeah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Like
you got to be careful about how you say anything of, and that's how you know that this world is wicked and it's demonic when you can't say anything about the alphabet community. You can't say nothing about them, and you can't say nothing about the you wish people. Right? My bad. Go ahead, man.
I was going to point out to what Knox said because I was about to say, like, when did the civil rights movement have anything to do with them? For real?
It has nothing to do with them.
I was about to say the last time I checked, I thought the civil rights movement had to do with us.
Right. And the crazy thing is just to show you that it's never been about the crazy thing is we're still fighting for our civil rights.
Right.
We have not had a bill passed for us. Right. And what did this she devil come out and say? She said, I'm not going to do nothing that's only going to benefit them. No. So this just goes to show you how unimportant or how that's not even the word that I'm looking for, but how they do not value us, except for when it comes down to vote. Now watch this clip of Malcolm X, and this is, what, 50 years ago now, probably about. And just to go to show you that nothing has changed. But in the clip, Malcolm is saying that they only care about you when it's time to vote, and the reason why is because, for the most part, they're split. Right? You got whites on the Democrat side, you got whites on the Republican side. And he said if they're split, he's your vote will swing it will swing the election because of how close the split is. Because how can 14% of a nation really affect, or 13% of a nation really affect the vote? But they come out to our people. They come out to our neighborhoods, right, to get us to help swing that vote in their favor. And for the majority of the time, it's been us swinging to the Democratic side. And so now again, because it wasn't always why I didn't vote. I used to vote, right? I said again, the last time that I did vote was in 2008, and then after that, I was like, man, what sense is this? Because what did Obama do? Obama got up there and did the same song and dance, and he wasn't one of our people. He did the same song and dance, and even if, and I asked the question earlier, if there was an Israelite who was running for office, would you vote for him? No, the consensus was la, and I agree with that. La, I'm not gonna vote neither, because number one, if an Israelite makes it that far and they're running for that office, they're already compromised.
Mm-hmm.
They already have him in the back in their pocket, and he's not going to do nothing to advance our movement. He's not going to do nothing to advance our people. He's just going to be a puppet. He's going to be put up there for show, and keep in line with their same ideology. Right now, Kamala, right, is for homosexuality, is for same-sex marriage. Now watch this next video. Yeah.
This is an issue that, yes, I do believe will be resolved in November of next year, because I do know that the American people fight for freedom and believe in the woman's right to make decisions about her own body. But understand, every day until then, there are women suffering in our country in horrible ways. And look, let me tell you, there's going to be a split screen on this too in November of 24, to your point about the election. There's really going to be, of all the issues we've discussed so far, none of them are binary. This one is. November 24, binary. On the one hand, you're going to have the folks who are standing, such as President Joe Biden and me, saying we trust women to be able to make a decision about what is in their best interest, and women can trust us to protect their fundamental freedom.
All right, hold up. So I had to pause this real quick. So my daughter just came in right from school. My daughter just came in from school, and this is the world that we're living in, right? She says, "Dad, a transformer tried to fight me today."
What?
Come here. I'm gonna put you on blast. Yeah. Tell the story what happened. I want everybody to hear it right along with me.
No, like this girl dude came up to me and was like on hot stuff. So
And what he say?
he was just like, "What's tea?" And I was like, and I knew what he meant by that, so I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then like he goes on to say that another trans person told him, her, them that I was talking about. So
And so he called himself coming up to fight you.
yeah, he said, "What's tea?" Like, what attitude? Like, what's tea? I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because I didn't even know the person. I still don't know the person. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I deal with it. We'll deal with it. But yo, that's the world that we're living in, where you got dudes confronting females thinking they go fight. Bro, it's man.
Hold up. Hey, what is it? So my question is, even though they identify this way, right? Is the punishment still the same? You know what I'm saying? For a man, girl, sir, ma'am, putting their hands on a actual biological female?
No, only they protected.
Because they say that their gender, they identify as a female. I mean, we just got over this in dealing with and talking about like the Olympics, and I know there was a whole bunch of other information that came out and trying to say, oh, she was actually born a biological female, but we still see in the UFC they had, I don't know if that was the UFC specifically, that might have been a knockoff MMA brand, but a transgender, a man who now identifies as a woman, was fighting in the UFC or was fighting in mixed martial arts and was fighting women.
Didn't he break her face?
Yes. So that's the confusion of Babylon that we're living in, that we're putting up with, and that's what this woman wants to usher in. So, it's one part of me that's like, yo, hell no, you guys are stupid. I don't know why y'all would want to vote for her. Don't put her in office. But at the same time, I want to see this place burn. I want to see this place burn. This place has to go up because it's wicked. Read Revelation 18:2 again, Baba Kasha.
Okay. Oh, it's like it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right? That's what this place is. You got all these people coming over here from all parts of the country. All parts of the country. You got and this was supposed to, in quotations, supposed to be a nation, one nation under God. That's what it says. But what God? If this is a nation that's supposed to be under God, what God? What God is this nation supposedly following? Well, is it Buddha? Is it Allah? Is it Krista or Krista, whatever the stupid name is? Is it Mammon? What God is it? It's definitely not the God of the Bible. It's definitely not that. Right? Read verse 3.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Now watch this. I want to point out something. It said for the kings of the earth, right? And that goes back to that Revelation 13 where it's talking about the mark. It said both small and great, causes both small and great, right? Again, that's talking about nations. It's not just talking about individuals, right? It's talking about nations. It says the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and merchants of the earth, right? What is a merchant? Merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That's what the Revelation 13, that's what that's talking about when it's talking about he causes both small and great to take a mark in their hand or in their forehead. Right? And not to, again, digress, but what is that mark? That mark is not no chip, although I'm not going to tell anybody, I'm not an advocate of the chip. I'm not an advocate of anybody placing anything in their body. Right? I told people don't even get the jab. I was against that. I didn't. Wow, that's the fruitcake, man. I wish I didn't have this screensaver on. I'll let y'all see the little Fruit Loop that call itself trying to fight my daughter.
Yo, why he look like a mixture of like Lil Pump?
You saw it?
I can see the colors.
The colors is like I'm almost seeing like Lil Pump, Tekashi 6ix9ine with like this, I guess, sexy red type of thing going on.
Man,
I'm gonna call her ratchet red for real.
This is crazy. This is crazy, man. So now watch this. Because there's another video where she's about allowing inmates to be able to undergo the surgery to become a transgender. And who's paying for that?
We are.
We are. We're paying for it. For a dude who gets locked up who says, "Oh, I'm not a woman," we gotta pay for that faggot to undergo a surgery to chop off his rod. Man, let me get the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, and we're gonna get that from the top. I'm just gonna go into this next video. There's a church in Chicago. I tell you, hey, when we get out there, we need to pull up on this church. There's a church in Chicago. There's a man. His name is Bishop Keith McQueen. He calls himself a bishop, and he's married to another man.
Hold up.
Right? He's married to another man. Read that. 1 Timothy 4:1.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith.
Right? We are in those latter times. When the Bible's talking about in the latter times and the latter days, right? It's talking about right now. We are in those times. And we have, read it again.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith.
Some shall depart from the faith. We got people departing from the faith. We got people that depart from the truth. Even when you think about Christianity, and I know Christianity is whacked out. There was a time when I was in Christianity. There was a time when a lot of most of us was in Christianity, right? It's not too many of us that were born into the truth. We have people that have been born in the truth. We have people that's been raised in the truth, but that's a small remnant, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to raise up and establish that righteous nation. But there was a point in time when I was in the church, right? Read that for me one more time.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. The Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Right? In the latter times, some shall depart from the faith. And when you think about the church and you think about Christianity, right? Even Christianity, for the most part, in time past, will say that it goes against the law of God. It goes against the Most High for you to be in a same-sex marriage, right? There was a interview by the dude Jesse Lee Peterson or Patterson, whatever his name is, the super coon, right? He goes and says he's giving an interview, and in the interview he's asking the guy who says that he's a pastor, right? He says he asked him a question, and the guy said, "No, I'm a same gender loving." He said, "No." He said, "Are you a homosexual?" And the guy said, "I'm a same gender loving person." Right? Instead of just saying, "Yeah, I'm a homosexual. Yeah, I'm a faggot." I mean, Jesse finally got the dude to admit it, but now they doing all this, all these tricks with the words. They're doing all this wordplay. They're trying to change things up. No, call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. You're a faggot. Right? And so now in these latter times, in these latter days, we got people that are departing from the truth, who depart from what the Bible says, and who are now putting their own spins and interpretations on the Bible. And they will confuse a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people that get confused, that get led astray because they're following after these people. In fact, not because they're following after these people, because they're following after their own lust. And they want somebody to tell them that it's okay. And they want to feel like, oh, it's okay for me to be that way. Or it's okay for me to be this way. And that's all of these foul spirits that's here in Mystery Babylon. Right? That's what we're dealing with. Read the next verse.
I got to finish one.
Oh, come on.
I'll start over. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrine of devils.
Right? And they're giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Doctrines of devils. Hey, doctrines of devils is the doctrine that said you can be a faggot or you can be a homosexual, or you can be whatever you want, and the Most High God is still going to love you. That's a doctrine of devil. That's contrary to what the scripture is talking about. Keep it 100. That's Antichrist. Right? Read.
Verse 2. Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Now, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. What does that mean? What is that? When have y'all? For y'all, for those of us that grew up in the time when we used to starch down our pants and crease things up and iron clothes. These generations don't iron no more, right? This generation don't iron, so they're not. They've never burned something with an iron, right? But hey, y'all that's in the chat, when you burn something with an iron, could you get that iron burn out of those clothes? Lie. That burn was not. Hey, that garment, that shirt, those pants, whatever it was, were permanently ruined, right? It got that dark brown like iron with the holes in it.
Yeah.
Right? It's got that mark burned in it. Right? And you can't do nothing to get that mark out. Right? That verse said having their conscience seared with the hot iron. That's what it's giving reference to. Or let me give you another example of when they used to actually take hot irons and press them into the skin of slaves and brand them. Right? Because our forefathers were literally branded so that they can know who you belong to. Right? Read that again.
Verse 2. Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Forbidding to marry.
Hypocrisy, having their conscience seared. And so when we look at a lot of these churches today, they have their conscience seared, right, with hypocrisy. Now watch this, because it's sometimes I look at the things that's happening, and I'm like, God, is this real? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone sometimes.
Yeah. Feel like that all the time,
man. And when we speak on things, when we come out and we say, this is what it is, and we actually give the truth to what's going on, you know what the coons be like, right? You know what the coons say?
Now, I ask you, who this nigga on that land?
That's what they be like. They're like, who is this nigga? Right? Coming in feeling all high and mighty. All right, let me get to this video. In fact, I want to get the one where it's an introduction first, so y'all can see what's going on and the blasphemies that's going out. Hey, boy, you had something?
After your video, I got something that validates, I guess, her parents being a part of the civil rights movement.
Okay, Con. In fact, let's get that.
You want to get it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get it real quick. Where's that? And so it's an article from people.com. And of course, I guess the weird stuff is going on in these ads, but it's talking about her mom, Kamala, and her father, Donald. You know what I'm saying? I was scrolling because it was talking about as far as them coming from two separate places, moving over into the California area. Like, I skimmed this like really fast. There's a mention up in here about their interest in the civil rights movement. It talks about, but the point I was getting at was somewhere down here, right? It says they were involved in the civil rights movement. As their relationship blossomed, the couple became involved in the civil rights movement. In fact, Donald was convinced that he needed to attend UC Berkeley because he had read about student activists on campus who were fighting for civil rights. Through the years, Donald and Kamala took part in marches and protests and shared their stories around the school. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, me personally, I'm like, what's the difference between that and people of other nations being a part of the Black Lives Matter movements?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't necessarily have to be, but because you had interest of it, you decided to get involved with it. And then in a sort of kind of way, it's like you kind of like assimilated with us as a people and culture. You, because of your skin, you know, you kind of like got a pass, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I don't honestly, whatever. Like,
I mean,
it was Flakia, go ahead. I'm done.
They be trying to be with us until the heat get turned up. Then they gone.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. You know, when it gets serious and everything like that, then it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back over here and go hang out with my Indian people. You know what I'm saying? But when everything's smooth, it's like, oh yeah, let's go march and blah 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 blah. Like, nah. But
that's like Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders thought that he was well, Bernie Sanders was out there marching, but at the end of the day, like you said, they're not getting it like we were getting it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, they always can go back to their white families. You know, they can always go back to their comfortable homes, right, in their comfortable neighborhoods, living their comfortable life.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's let me I'm gonna show this next video. One second. So this is the introduction of what we're about the bishop that we're about to watch. So-called bishop.
What up, Gospel Diaries? Hey guys. Man, I'm at Powerhouse Chicago, Bishop McQueen, Keith McQueen's church, and we're about to do an episode here, and I'm with my guy right here, Brother Ronell. Say hello.
How you doing? Praise the Lord.
He is the executive pastor, and we're going to go walk into the church. So you all stay tuned. And welcome to Gospel Guys. All right.
Hey fam, praise the Lord. I am Pastor Ronell Brooks. Welcome to the Powerhouse Church of Chicago, the global headquarters of the Powerhouse Global Network, where our bishop is Apostle Keith McQueen. We are one church in 7 locations. It'll be my honor today to walk you through our Powerhouse Global Network headquarters and let you know how we do ministry on this side of Chicago. So when people come to Powerhouse, we have a slogan here. We say, welcome home. A lot of people, they come in, they've been in other churches, they haven't found a place to call home. We welcome people from all walks of life, sexual orientation, any type of person that you are. We welcome you here at Powerhouse Church Chicago. So come on in as we welcome you home.
Well, welcome home.
Oh, yeah. Who
Well,
we have here?
This is our deaconess,
It don't
Dominique
matter.
Collins. She is one of the original members of Power.
It don't matter who you are. It don't matter what you are. It don't matter how you identify. It don't matter if you're a man that say you're a woman. It don't matter if you're a woman that say you're a man. It don't matter if you're a man that love 10-year-old little girls. Hey, you're welcome here. Right? You're welcome here. You can come here.
Come as you are.
Come as you are.
Powerhouse Church of Chicago, and Powerhouse Church in Indianapolis. This is Sister Deaconess Collins, Dominique Collins. So we're going to walk right on into our fellowship hall. So right when you come in, you have our fellowship hall. Step down some stairs, and here we normally greet our people. Right here, Sister Deaconess Dominique Collins will be the one to be greeting you, welcome you home. We always have a slogan here, is welcome home. You're going to hear that a lot today, is welcome home, because we believe that this is your home. So you come here, you come into our fellowship hall where you wait for our service to start. Our services are conveniently held on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for our midweek encounter, and every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. for our Sunday encounter. We come in and we have a coffee machine over here that's ready for guests to come in to partake in while they're waiting for the service to get started. And then we have ample seating waiting for the parishioners to wait until we make sure that when we get the sanctuary right, that it's conducive for you to experience God and then encounter God. One thing about Powerhouse is everything you come, whether it's on Wednesday or Sunday, you will encounter God, because we believe that one encounter with God will change your life forever. And so
they say you will encounter God. What God are they going to encounter? It's just like what Sister said. What Lord do you praise? Because you're not praising the God of this Bible. You're not worshiping the God of this Bible, right? We just read that in Timothy. Let me get Matthew 18:7. Right? It said they have their conscience seared with the hot iron.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 7. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must be needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh.
Right. Now, actually, let me get the one in Luke. Let me get the one in Luke. I like that one. Let me get Luke 17:1.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible but that offenses will come, but woe unto him through whom they come.
Right? It said, woe unto him through whom they come. Now, actually, I want to get another translation of that verse. Right, let me pull that up. While I get that, we go continue to watch.
We're in the ministry of changing lives and making sure that you know that you have a home here.
Hello, my name is Deaconess Collins. I'm a member of Powerhouse Chicago. I have actually been a member of Powerhouse Indianapolis in Chicago since the beginning when we started in 2012. One thing I love about this ministry is that from the moment you walk in the door, you experience the love and the power of God. This is truly a no judgment zone, in a place where you can truly grow into where God is taking you in.
All right, what's going on, Gospel Diaries? I'm in a different setting today.
All right, so now this is the interview, starting with the pastor of this church. Now you can tell that both of them dudes is effeminate as hell, both of them. The pastor already is a self-proclaimed homosexual, right? This other dude, I don't know if he is or if he isn't, but by the way of his mannerisms, I would say he a faggot too. And I hope we don't get a strike for Salaki, my bad. Let me change my wording. Let me change the words that I use because I don't want us to catch no strike. But he is a same gender loving person. Right? Now watch this. I wanted to bring that up, the verse that I just had read. Read that for me one more time, Baba Kashad, that Luke 17:1.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offenses will come. But woe unto him through whom they come.
Right? Now let's look at that in a different translation. All right, this is the New International Version. It says, Yahushua said to his disciples, things that cause people to stumble are bound to come, right? But woe to anyone through whom they come. So there's going to be things that cause you to stumble. There's going to be things that as you're on this walk, as you're trying to live out this life, this existence here on this earth, right? There's going to come things that cause you to stumble, right? Your stumbling blocks might be different from my stumbling blocks, and vice versa. But one thing that, and me and Bo, as we had the conversation, we was talking about social media, and we was talking about, there's times when, we got to take breaks from social media just because of the things that come across social media, things that cause men to stumble, right? It's virtually impossible now to open up social media, and Captain Shaquata actually just did a lesson on that on the Shabbat where he was talking about, brothers and sisters, the first thing that they do when they wake up is they pick up their phone and they start scrolling. Yep. I've been guilty of that. First thing I do in the morning, I grab my phone. Oh, hey, open up. I'll scroll, see who done posted something. Hey, what did I miss? We got, in this day and age, everybody got that fear of missing out, fear that you're gonna miss something. But what was it before we had these phones in our pocket to where we can constantly check and see what's going on? We was living life. People aren't living life anymore.
Right.
This is people's life. Their phone in their hand. Right? And even if you are living life, you're too busy trying to document yourself doing something to actually just sit and enjoy the time. To really sit and enjoy the moment. Go ahead.
So I don't mean to interrupt you. You can finish that one. All right. Well, real quick, just that point that he was making, I actually put myself up to do a fast to do away with social media for over a month. And I noticed in the first, I would say maybe week or so, I set my phone up with something that blocked me from going to social media. So if I went to open it up, it would be locked, and I had to put in the code to access it. I will tell you right now, the way they have social media and stuff set up on our phones, it's like a drug. Yeah. It's like dope for real. Because I was noticing me needing to go to my phone because I need to do something that had to do with work. And I'm going to the social media app to like click on it. Like I just forget about whatever I'm supposed to do for work. And I'm just going to go to social media because I can't even think past like few milliseconds. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But all of a sudden now I'm going to social media. Like I just forgot what I was supposed to be doing. It's crazy, man. For real.
No, that's the fact. And I really like the point that you just made too. Because it wasn't when I was coming to the truth. It's actually when I was really getting into and getting involved in the church. I had to go through and I got an app, and it was an app that it prevented you. Well, it prevented me from being able to look at porn sites, right? And this was, like I said, about the time when I was first coming into the church. When I was first really getting into the church. And I got that app on my phone, and I actually had got an accountability partner. He was on the app as well too, and we both was doing it together to hold ourselves and to keep ourselves accountable from allowing ourselves to look at those things. Now, I want you, the porn industry is a $1 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
$1 billion industry. And I want y'all to think about this. The same way that they get people hooked on drugs. How you get people hooked on drugs? What do? You give them some first. You give it to them for free. Right? You give it to them for free. They get that hit. And then they come back. Might give them a little bit more. Right? They get that. Then they come back. Oh, well, it's not free this time. Now it costs. But you already got them hooked. And you got them addicted to that drug. Porn today, anybody can get on, and this is why I really monitor what my youngest daughter is looking at when she's on any of I don't let her on Instagram or any of that, but when she be on like YouTube and things like that, I'm really watching what she's looking at. But you can look at it's not even considered porn no more, where a woman is naked. That's not considered. That's not even taboo anymore for a woman to be naked, because they have women on these regular social media sites that'll be naked, walking naked, or they just have like a little star covering their nipples. But and this is how crazy it is, and this is why, again, I had to set up those safeguards for myself as well too. I've got Instagram. I've got a safeguard set up. One, I can't be on there longer than 10 minutes. Right? Once that 10-minute hits, I get locked out of Instagram. I got the same safeguard set up for Facebook as well too. On there for more than 10 minutes, it gets locked. I can't get on anymore. Right? But you can be. I was on Instagram, and there I saw something popped up. It was a woman that was breastfeeding. How did that get in my algorithm? I have no idea. But they have women breastfeeding, chest just hanging out. Now, yeah, okay, it's breastfeeding, and I guess it's the for women not to feel ashamed of breastfeeding, to be confident in breastfeeding. But you got your titties hanging out in public. Mm-hmm. You got your titties hanging out on the internet. And it's not even about the fact that you're trying to feed your kid anymore. Y'all are just really trying to be provocative. And so when you look at this verse again, Salakia, coming back to this verse, it said, Yahweh said to his disciple, things that cause people to stumble are bound to come. So those stumbling blocks are going to happen. They're going to come. He said, but woe to anyone through whom they come. Woe to that person through whom the stumbling block is coming from. Right? The sisters, how y'all dress? What y'all put on? Are you a stumbling block? Have you become a stumbling block for your brother who might be battling that lust demon? Who's dealing with that? Who's doing everything he can to fight against it, who's putting the safeguards on his phone, who's putting the apps on his phone so that he can't see it. Hey, Job said, I made a covenant with my eyes. Right? You got brothers that's out here that's making covenant with their eyes, that's not trying to look at their neighbor's wife. Now you got a husband, but you're out here dressing provocative. The women in the world, they got whole husbands married, but showing off their whole body at the pool in a bikini, at the pool in a string bikini, walking through the grocery store with a bikini on and a see-through, I don't know what they call them things, them little shawl things. I don't know what they call. But I was in the grocery store one day and a woman walked in wearing a string bikini with one of those see-through shirts over it. It's like, what's the point of even wearing a shirt? It don't make no sense.
And then they get mad if a dude say something, if a dude look at him, now they offended.
Right.
And that's crazy.
Or what are you looking at?
Yeah.
What do you mean, what am I looking at? What are you trying to show? What are you out here broadcasting? Look at the New Living Translation. It says, one day Yahushua said to his disciples, there will always be temptations to sin. There's always going to be the temptation. It's always going to be that. Yo, we have to be tried. Right? We have to be tried. Now, the fighting temptation, right? The fighting the sin, because we're all tempted, right? We all go through it, but you got to fight that temptation. Whether it be calling the brother, hey, bro, look, you know, I'm having all these kind of thoughts right now. Boom, this and that. Yo, hey, let's read, let's study. Hey, let's get out the house. Hey, bro, you feel like kicking it? Man, I'm really not trying to do what's going through my mind right now. Yo, man, I was at work. The sister, you know, she was flirting with me. I know she married. She invited me to go out. Bro, I'm not trying to do it. Hey, let's go grab a drink. You know, something. But you're fighting it. You're fighting those temptations. He said, one day Yahushua said to his disciples, there will always be temptations to sin, but what sorrow awaits the person who does the tempting? That person who's doing the tempting. That person who's telling you, yo, it's okay if you're homosexual. It's okay if you love your same sex. God is okay with that. That's why it says in James, be not many masters, be not many teachers, because there's a greater condemnation that's going to come on the people that's teaching. Everybody can't teach the Bible. Everybody's not meant to teach the Bible. What's it say? She said, leggings are the ones for me. Why are you outside with leggings? What's supposed to go under a dress or a skirt? That's a fact, right? You walking around, women, and they do it. They walk around in leggings, and you can see every curve of their body. You can see, man, you can see the crack of their butt through the leggings. Right? It's man. And that's why I said, and I think I was talking to you, I said this is probably one of the hardest dispensations for a man. When it comes to dealing with, and I believe I was talking to, with Captain Aharon once before, and we was talking about just like we were speaking on Genesis, and we was talking about, you know, the sins and everything, but it's it's that sexual lust that really, how do I want to put this? And I don't want to put words in the brother's mouth for how he had framed it. So I'm just gonna digress from that. But let's go back to this video, man. Hey, y'all got anything?
Okay. Yep. That's what I got. That right there. So just going off of what you were saying, as far as like the provocativeness, how women be dressing, and then want to turn around and say, why is men gawking at them or looking at them the way that they is? You know what I'm saying? Or looking at them in a derogatory way, like a hoish kind of image and things like that. Well, it's because of the way that you dress. So this is what the scripture says. Zephaniah 1:8. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. You know what I'm saying? Because if we looking at it where, because I know some groups, they may not teach the modest apparel is like wearing a dress and everything like that. It's more like not tight, provocative, hoish type clothes, which I'm like, all right, we can go off of that. You know what I'm saying? But looking at the aspect of how people dress, where it's like you just all out there, like I can't remember where I was at. I think I was with my coworkers. Matter of fact, we went to see Country Wayne. My boss took us out to go see Country Wayne at a comedy show, which was real funny. But the way there was a woman dressed in there, she had like a see-through coat. And I don't even know, like, I can't even say there was pants on. I don't know if they was like fishnet leggings, but it was like panties. And I'm like, what? What is going on? I'm like, you definitely not going out with me, nothing like that. You must be out of your mind. You will be in the house. I'd have left her ass in the crib and went to the show by myself.
Oh, she was with a dude?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These see out here where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Some of these Negroes is special. You know what I'm saying? They on the spectrum for real. All right. So they like it's
all over. It's all over, bro.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And they okay with it. They like, whatever, make her happy, boom, 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 and everything good. But the thing about it is, when somebody approaches her the wrong type of way or puts their hands on that woman in a provocative way, like sexualizing her, then she gonna go, are you gonna do something about that? Are you gonna say something about that? Are you gonna fight for me or whatever like that? And in my mind, I'm like, you the one who walked out here like that.
I mean, that's crazy to me.
Because they're getting the attention that they want.
Yeah, like
you want that attention.
Yeah, and these disrespectful dudes out here these days, man, they will come up to them and touch them in a provocative way.
Oh, and we know this. Like,
and you standing right there.
I had friends who told me specifically when I was like 18, in between the ages of 18 and 22. These dudes said specifically, like, if she looked good like that, I'm putting a baby in her. Not, I'm a wifer. That's gonna be my girl. We gonna have kids together. No, they said if she fine like that, if she's fine to my liking, I gotta put a baby in her. That's on site,
and not to take care of it. To be absentee, right? It's yo.
This what's interesting. The sister Chaziah's wife said, "Women follow what the men want." What's interesting about that is not all men even want that. They dress like that and wear stuff like that because they're trying to compete with other women.
Hold on. So let me address that too. So yeah, there are men that do. The fact of the matter is,
do.
The fact of the matter is that men, we are visual creatures.
Facts.
Right? There's no getting around that. But now, and being visual creatures, right? As a man, I love the body of a woman. I love a woman's body. I'm not attracted to dudes, right? I have no desire for men whatsoever. I love I love women. I love a woman. Right? Now, if a woman passes me that has, for instance, when I was in the supermarket and a woman walked in with a string bikini on, showing her entire body, that was a very built woman. She was her. If I had to put a number on it, her body was a 10 on everything. Seeing that, I looked, and this was when I was in the truth. I looked. My mouth really dropped. I looked and I said, "Oh my God!" I was shocked to see the woman walking through the grocery store like that.
Yeah, that's what it be.
Now, that being said, I would never wife a woman like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would never want to be with a woman like that. No man is going to want to be with that type of woman, except for one reason and one reason only, and that's sexual.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, as a man, it's going to spark that desire in me because I'm a man, right? We're visual creatures. So I'm going to see that, and it's going to spark that desire. But now I'm also going to fall back on discipline, right? I'm also going to fall back on the law.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to fall back on the precepts. A whore is a deep ditch, right? I'm going to fall back on all these things. Now that first initial glance, hey, what Paul say? Hey, that which I do, I would not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That first initial glance is going to be there, but a real man don't want his woman out there dressed like that.
Facts.
A real man don't want that a woman showing what is supposed to be for him to the rest of the world. No man wants that. And women today don't leave nothing for the imagination.
Nope.
There was a post that said, "Hey, men no longer get excited at lingerie anymore because y'all wearing it out in the street."
Exactly.
It leaves nothing to the imagination, right? Man. So that's not what men want. What she say? She says some women do it to bait, and some do it because they see that the bait works. No, I agree. You have women that's out here doing what they doing, right? And again, you're getting the reactions. They're getting the reactions that they want. Point blank. Period. They're getting the reactions that they want,
and they get money for it.
And they get money for it. Yeah, I'm cool on lingerie. She can wear the getting back to this, Salakia. All right.
Today, but I'm more than honored to be here with an innovator, an icon, a living legend already, Bishop Keith McQueen. How are you doing?
I'm awesome, man. It's so good to see you.
Man, likewise. You wear many hats.
Oh, geez, Louise. Yeah. I am whatever I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be it.
Wow. I hear you. Now look, my mind goes back to the first time that I walked into this edifice. Like, honestly, I don't know what I was expecting, but I know when I sat right there, probably 1, 2, 3, 4 rows back, man, the spirit, I was inundated by the spirit, man. I mean, I just felt an anointing in this place. Let's talk about the ministry that you render here at Powerhouse.
Amen. That's such a heavy question, you know. Here at Powerhouse, we are a prophetic ministry that believes in pushing people into their destiny and their future. We're very intentional about welcoming all people. We're very intentional about creating space for those that have been marginalized and those that have been rejected. And so this is just a ministry literally where you can come in and be directed into your prophetic purpose, why you were born. Coming to grips with how you were born, accepting how you were born, and learning why you were born, and being maneuvered into that. So that is why this space exists.
And you have dared, you know, to be different. There are so many lives that could have been saved had it been someone that took the courage to advocate for what's taboo, you know, in the African American culture. Well, church culture around global, but predominantly within our African American culture. So I wanted to tell you face to face, thank you so much for advocating, man. You know, there are so many individuals that want to worship. I know this is a song that we probably hear all the time, but it's true. There are people that really love God. They love the church, but they're hurt.
All right, so do they really love God and do they really love the church?
So I could.
Yep.
I got a precept. If you got one before mine, though, it's cool. You got it.
No, bring it up.
God. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord." Because that's exactly what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They scattering the sheep. You got a whole thing where accepting the way you were born and stuff like that. What do you mean accepting the way you were born? If you came out with the male genitalia, you were born a man.
You're a dude.
You heard Mr. Rogers say it.
Right.
You're a boy. And to the females without one of those, you are a girl. And you can't change that. When you die and the flesh fall off of your bones. Matter of fact, I heard a little girl say this on something. They said, how are you able to, I think it was Steve Harvey she was talking to. It's like, how are you able to determine the difference between the male body and the female body after death and the decomposing? They said it was something in the hips, the way it's shaped. So even if you identify as they, them, he, she, cat, rat, dog, whatever, when they dig up your bones and they go to say this was blah, 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 they're going to identify you by your structure of the biological male or female. There ain't going to be no difference.
And that's the confusion of this world, and that's what Kamala is trying to lead us into. Right? That's what she teaches. That's what she pushes. Yo, that's what the Democratic Party stands for. And so when it comes, I mean, again, and this kind of comes back full circle when we're talking about voting, right? But we know these things must happen. And Yahushua said these things needs happen. They must happen. They have to come to pass. And that's why, again, I really want Kamala to become the next president. I want it to happen because these things must happen. right? All we doing right now is watching prophecy be fulfilled.
Facts.
And it gives it, number one, it boosts my faith. To see these things, my faith is increased. Your faith should be increased. When you start to see these things taking place and you see these things happen, your faith should be increased. No, okay, man, yo, this is hey, this book is true. Everything that the Most High said, he said, my word shall not return to me void, but it's going to accomplish all that I sent it out to do. Yo, all these things are happening. We're witnessing them. We're witnessing reprobates whose conscience are seared with a hot iron, who feels like, yo, if you feel like you were born a girl, but you're a boy, you can be a girl. I seen a picture of Dwayne Wade and his son. I refuse to call that little boy a girl. I refuse. If you're a male, I refuse to call you her. I refuse to call you she. I'm not going to refer to you as they. I'm not stupid. It's only one of you. I'm not going to let your stupidity rub off on me. And I get caught up in your fairy tale. So that was just, I want to y'all to get a brief introduction on this dude that we're about to watch. This church that's in Chicago. Now this is him, and this is his same gender loving.
Number 2, another marriage myth.
Hold on. Let me back this up a little bit.
You ever feel the need to say that every time you cough now? It's like, I don't have it. We have tests at home. I get tested every day. We vaccinated. We fine. Okay. So why is that important? Because what I'm going to tell you about marriage, a lot of what we believe about marriage is founded upon those two things. That which is biblical, that which is based on experience, and that which is based on revelation. For example, you know what you were taught in Sunday school about marriage, maybe not. You know what you were taught in Bible study, if they talk about it, I don't know. You know what you were taught in church about marriage, okay? You know what you experienced concerning marriage, whether it was watching people in your family have multiple marriages, or seeing a divorce, or seeing a healthy
Hey,
marriage.
sound low.
Not what you saw on TV, because that wasn't experience.
That's all the way up. Hold on. Yeah, it's
know what you saw
just
growing
low.
up. Those of us
Is
that
that
have
better?
been married. And also, you have revelation. Things
Not
based
really, but
on
I still
your
can hear you,
own
though.
hypothesis of what you have formulated that has begun to create your own perception and perspective about marriage. Everybody in here carries a perception and a perspective about marriage. And the problem is that we often get married without discussing that. And we create expectations without conversations. And so whenever people don't meet our expectations that have not been spoken, we become offended, we become prideful, we become angry, or we start posting on Facebook.
Well,
Amen. I talked about that on Sunday. It's quiet in this church. I was loud a moment ago. So I want to talk about that. What is our premise and understanding of marriage? How do we form that? Marriage is for this, and I want you to write this down if you can, or take notes, or not, just retain it in your mind. Marriage creates individual development, legacy, and prophetic development.
getting married is required for every person. Some of us can't handle marriage. And some of our issue is that we've been trying to force ourselves into marriages that God never called for us to be in the
Hold on. Look at this dude, bruh. This dude look like he could be a linebacker.
Bruh.
This fool look like he can be a whole linebacker for the Chicago Bears. I say Bears because they're in Chicago. Hey, yo, y'all stop. What's wrong with your peoples, man? What's wrong with your peoples? When we come out there to the shop, we're gonna have to pull up on these cats. Yo, there was something that I wanted to get that he said. I don't know if he said it already or not. Let me try to see.
Result of us gathering. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's do some marriage myth busters. I want to bust some marriage myths. Okay. Number one, marriage is traditionally between one man and one woman. Let's start there. Marriage is traditionally between one man and one woman. I don't know where they read that at. That is not biblical. It has never been biblical. Stop blaming your homophobia on God. Stop theologizing your homophobia. Marriage has never been between, first of all, one man and one woman. Most of the people in the text had multiple spouses, multiple wives, multiple husbands, individuals that they were sleeping with. We'll talk about that in a moment. But most of the people in your Bible, in the Old Testament especially, were polygamous.
All right. So in dealing with that, right? He said polygamous. We know that it has, the Bible don't talk about polygamy. The Bible talks about polygyny. There's a difference between polygyny and polygamy, right? The Bible does not speak about polygynous relationships. It does not. Now, if a man chooses to be with one woman, that's his choice. Man chooses to have multiple wives, that's his choice. The Bible does not speak against that. But what this brother said is that the Bible doesn't specifically speak or address heterosexual and homosexual relationships. And now he's going to go into the scriptures and he's going to try to show that there were homosexual relationships in the Bible.
I gotta see this.
Is this the dude about Ruth?
He talks about Ruth, yes.
Okay.
Now there's another one that he also talks about. I'll give y'all a guess. Who do you think he also said was homosexual?
Don't say David.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I already knew. I've heard this before.
David was in a homosexual relationship according to this claim.
Oh my
King
goodness.
David and you know who, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Right? This is why everybody don't need to be reading or trying to teach the Bible. But this would also be a strong delusion.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Right? Let's get that. Real quick. Let's get that. 2 Thessalonians. This is a strong delusion. Now, we often talk about strong delusion being that you don't have to keep the laws, you don't have to keep the commandments, right? That is indeed a strong delusion, right? This also is another strong delusion. And we are seeing this more and more and more. We're seeing more gay churches pop up. We're seeing gay priests. We're seeing gay pastors. They got a gay Bible, right? Let's read that in Thessalonians.
God, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 10. and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
So the Most High is letting this delusion come on them that they are going to believe in a lie. Hey, in the Lord's Prayer, what does Yahweh say? He said, lead us not into temptation. Not that the Most High is going to lead you into temptation, but he's not going to allow you to be led or to fall into the temptation.
That's right.
He said that they should be believe a lie. Read on.
Okay. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness.
And now this is why. Because they have pleasure in their unrighteousness. These dudes, they want to be homosexuals. Hey, Captain Jonathan had put something in the chat where it was talking about a brother, and I watched a little bit of it. I gotta go and watch the whole thing. But the brother actually came out of homosexuality. He actually fought that demon off and came away from that lifestyle. And there are brothers and sisters who are able to come away from that lifestyle.
Facts.
Right? But then you have these other demons that enjoy their sin. They like living in unrighteousness. They like that unrighteousness. I don't, for the life of me, I don't understand how you can look at this big buff nigga and want to lay with him.
Slakia.
Come on.
Hey, just off of the point what that scripture said in verse 12, it says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. What did David pray and cry out for? For what was it that David did that he was praying for forgiveness for?
For the committing adultery
with Bathsheba, right?
God.
So if David, who was anointed by the Most High, right, to be king over Israel, was going into a homosexual act, why wouldn't he be asking to get forgiveness for that if he knew what righteousness was?
Gotta ask that question. Gotta ask that question.
Because to know what righteousness is, to know what unrighteousness is why he was in the position where he was asking for forgiveness for his act and what he did. And knowing that homosexuality, according to the scriptures, is an unrighteous thing, why would he be sitting back here continuously asking for forgiveness for this particular thing, but not the other one? That, like, that whole claim, David, Jonathan nonsense, it's like, bro, put the Bible down. Put the Bible down. Put the damn lobster down. Whatever you're doing, put it down. Put it down. Matter of fact, go home, go in your closet, and you need to remain there in prayer for a long period of time until that wickedness comes off of your flesh. Like, what are you talking about?
It's like,
Are you?
and the thing about it is, he talking about it's not in the Bible, like between a man and a woman. Like, he know his people don't read. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna say it's not in the Bible, but then gonna make a point of homosexual marriage in the Bible? Like, that makes no sense to me. But I yield.
Get Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 19. I tell you, it said, but God, Hey, y'all see that one clip of the sister when she's dealing with the IUIC brothers? And oh my Lord. Get that. Ephesians 4:19. Baba Kasha.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 19. Who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness.
Now, watch this. I'm going to bring that up in another version.
Slocky, when it says being past feeling, what does that mean?
What's this?
Right. I like.
In the let's look at the NIV. Right? Having lost all sensitivity, they have given themselves over to sensuality, so as to indulge in every kind of impurity, and they are full of greed. Look at the NLT. The NLT says they have no sense of shame. Yo, these niggas ain't got no sense of shame. You got this
Buff Bagwell,
right? Sit up there with these tight ass pants on, looking like, hey, what was that that movie? You had the brother Ving Rhames. He was playing that homosexual, and he had like the little braid on his head.
Yeah, I forgot what that was.
Man, looking like Ving Rhames in that movie, right? This brother has no sense of shame. They live for lust, or Salakia. They live for lustful pleasures and eagerly practice every kind of impurity. They have become callous and have given themselves up to sensuality, greedy to practice every kind of impurity. Yo, that's what these, and like Octave said, it's not that they don't know, but they're looking for a reason. They want their wickedness to be condoned. They want us to look on their wickedness and be like, oh, it's okay. They try to excuse their wickedness with the Bible. Oh, well, look. David must have had a homosexual relationship, so it's okay. Oh, look. Ruth and Naomi, they were in a sexual relationship. And the Bible don't say nothing close to the sort.
Hey, tell them put the crack down.
Hey, we should have hit that you smoke crack, don't you?
Where that at, man? Oh.
We'll talk about that more in a moment, but that's just not true. Also, the idea that marriage was just between male and female, we're going to get into that in a moment, and we're going to talk about some marriages that we're same gender loving in just a moment.
And hold on, let's pause for one moment, and let's say that the Bible did have homosexual relationships in it. Does that make it okay?
Right.
The Bible says that a man is not supposed to sleep with his daughter, but we saw that Lot had relations with both his daughters. Does that make it okay?
Right.
La'am. So just for the sake of argument, let's say that was the case. The scripture still says that a man is not supposed to sleep with another man, that it is an abomination. How do you get around the scripture like that?
Salakia.
Yep.
Because the Bible has examples of righteousness and unrighteousness.
Mm-hmm.
So the unrighteousness that's in the Bible is examples. You know what I'm saying? Because it usually came with some kind of punishment that wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get Romans 1 real quick.
Yeah. I got it. I'm holding it. You want me to read it for you?
Yeah, you can read it.
God, this is the book of Romans. You want Romans 1:25?
Yeah.
God, this book of Romans chapter 1 verse 25. Who changed the truth of God? Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever? Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So what is nature? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask that question. So if it's against nature, you got to ask what's nature. Nature is a man and a woman. Be fruitful and multiply.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you serving the creature more than the creator. The creature is man.
Right.
You serving man more than the Most High, the
That's
creator.
right.
And what the creator tell you to do? A relationship is between a man and a woman.
It's an
Not
abomination.
man between man, not woman between woman.
Right.
So, and that's just a perfect verse every time for the homosexuals who say it's okay. You know, and yeah, and then shit, 2 Ezra 9 is a perfect precept for people doing unrighteousness. They gonna feel it by pain. You know what I'm saying? So I yield.
Facts.
They ready for that one. Number 2, another marriage myth. Getting married is required for every person. Some
You don't even know that person. I move for my destiny. I move to expand my business. I move to grow my spirit. But I ain't gonna move to be sitting up looking at you. The person you were called. Now think about. I want you to really think about this. Why would God set up your life in Chicago? Set up your life, your career, your job, your ministry, all of the above in Chicago, but then put your partner that you were called to be with in Birmingham, Alabama. We turned God into a horrible communicator.
Horrible.
You don't have to. You don't have to sacrifice what you. Let me tell you. If you have been with someone for.
Yeah, I can't even listen to.
Yeah, this is hard for me.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
You know, I wanted to try to get to the part to where he was talking about Ruth and Naomi. I'll give you give a quick synopsis. He was saying that Ruth and Naomi had a relationship, and then also he said that David and Jonathan had a relationship, and that's the one that I think that we'll really deal with. Is because I've heard that before too. People have said that David, or excuse me, not Solomon, but David and Jonathan had a sexual relationship with each other. So we'll deal with that one. We're not gonna deal with that one tonight, though. We already been on for 2.5 hours. Yeah, so we go wrap this up, man. But hey, you brothers got anything?
Nah, for me.
All right. The one thing that I want to say is keep on, just and again, I'm not telling nobody to go vote. F the vote. P Diddy came out with rock the vote. I say F the vote. Right? We don't got no business voting for these crackers. We got one savior and one savior only.
That's right.
And the way that we vote is to throw up these petitions to the Most High. to come out and deliver us and to get us out the land of our captivity, right? To hear our cries, from this wicked nation. We are in Mystery Babylon. We are in this horrible condition. We're in a horrible condition. So we got to just keep on petitioning the Most High. We got to sigh and cry. We got to fast. We got to pray. We got to do all that. And as we talk about fasting, we're slowly approaching, Feast of Trumpets. After Feast of Trumpets, we got the Day of Atonement, right? That Day of Atonement is a full 24-hour fast, no food, no water. I pray that you're already getting your body prepared for that day. We should be fasting on a regular basis. Anyhow, I pray that you are doing that. And again, signing and crying, sending up these petitions to the Most High to get us up out of here, and watching the times and the events as they unfold. With this election that's coming down, I think that this is going to be a significant election, and it's really going to, I don't want to say fast track, because the Most High already has things moving as He wants them to move. Right? Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything happens how it's supposed to happen. The Most High has already, wrote the end from the beginning. So everything that's going on is supposed to go on. All we gotta do is just, keep doing our part. Keep doing what we're supposed to be doing. Keep being a light. Keep praying. Keep fasting. Stay in the word. Stay in your word, man. It's more paramount now than ever. Right? Give me the book of Romans 13 and 11. Give me the book of Romans 13 and 11.
Just the book of this is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Right, our salvation is nearer than when we believed, man. And this was wrote again 2,000 years ago. So where are we at today in the prophetic timeline of the Most High? Right, we're there. We're at the end. Right, and that's why these temptations are coming stronger. Right, that's why we're seeing more brothers fall out the truth. That's why it seems like it's, when we look at the beefs that's happening in Israel, and it's not like some Israelites who I talk to, they're oblivious to some of the things that happen, that's happening and going on within the nation, right? Or within, the amongst the camps, things like that. But when you look at even the turmoil and the hate that's brewing amongst the camps, I mean, that just goes to show you what time it is that we're living in also, right? Because again, these temptations are going to come. Those temptations for us to resort back and get back in our flesh and to act like the niggas who we used to be, right? To be that dog that returns back to its own vomit, to be that man that looks in the mirror and walks off and can't even remember the type of man that he is, right? It's paramount that we stay girded up in these scriptures. It's paramount that we stay studying and reading. It's paramount that we stay fasting and praying. Right? Yahushua said, "Hey, when they asked him, hey, why your disciples don't fast and pray?" He said, "Hey, the bridegroom was here." He's all, but when the bridegroom leaves, then they will. Hey, yo, the bridegroom been gone. He's coming back soon. But when he returns, how is he going to find you? Is he going to find you with oil in your lamp? Or are you going to be one of the foolish ones that don't have no oil? That haven't been living as you're supposed to, right? That hasn't been practicing these laws, that hasn't been meditating on laws, that hasn't been trying to make sure that you are perfecting these laws, perfecting yourself. Perfecting yourself. That's what we should be working on. Perfecting ourselves, loving our brothers as we love ourselves. Right? yo, it's time to wake up. It's high time that we wake up because our salvation is near. Um, with that, man, we gonna keep on pointing out, the wickedness of this world, and pray that Israelites continue to wake up. Because that's our hope and desire, right? Romans 10:1. That's our hope and desire. But yo, let me get that Daniel 7:18. Boaz, you got anything?
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18.
Real quick. The woman is not Kamala Harris. All right, she's not the woman. The woman is not Kamala Harris. All right, Salaki.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
By Shema Mashiach, Yahweh. Right, so stay girded up. Yo, I feel like it was an announcement that needed to be made. Did I miss something? I feel like I'm missing something.
I don't think so.
Okay. Kind. Well, hey, the water y'all for rocking, for being dialed in. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Enjoy the rest of y'all night tomorrow. Make sure you tap in with Captain Jonathan, going over the tour, doing the tour portion, and then Sabbath morning brew, yo, on Saturday, and then of course we've got prayer man. I invite everybody to jump on for that prayer man, and be a part of that prayer call. Just touch and agree with your brothers. If you're going through anything, just to even put in a prayer request. If you don't like talking, don't want to speak, you can just shoot a prayer request to the email, and brothers will pray for you or pray with you. So with that, man, we love y'all. Stay girded up. Shalom.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, what up, black music, black music.
Ya Baraka, Ya Baraka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Waya Shamaka, Waya Shamaka, Yahweh, 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 Panyawa Al Yak, Panyawa Al Yak, Waya Khanka, Waya Khanka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yasha Yahweh, Yasha Yahweh. Panyawa al yak, Panyawa al yak, Wayasham, Wayasham, Laka Shalom, Laka Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah.